If you get nervous or run out of things to say when talking to someone you like, this video is going to change how you think about conversations forever. Most of the guys who get coaching from me believe that conversations are about being funny or impressive or saying all the right things, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Conversations are actually much simpler than that. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to talk about when you're in a conversation with someone you like. That way, you never run out of things to say again, and you can build real connections with the people you meet. Oh, and by the way, this isn't just some theory I made up in my mum's basement. This is what I discovered after 6 years of working on my social skills, talking to thousands of women, and ultimately getting engaged to my dream partner. So I know for a fact what I'm sharing with you in this video works. Enjoy. First, let's look at what a conversation actually is. It's a chance for you and the person you're talking to get to know each other and see if being together would be a win-win relationship. Let me explain what a win-win relationship is. A win-win relationship is when both people benefit from the relationship. It's when you date someone and your life improves because they're in your life, while at the same time, the person you're dating's life improves as well. Hence why it's called a win-win relationship. Both people win. When you're talking to someone you like, you're just sharing who you are, you're asking intelligent questions so she shares who she is, and you're seeing whether or not being together would be a win-win relationship. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to impress her. You're not trying to be the funniest guy in history. You're just getting to know her and assessing whether or not it's smart to continue to spend time together. When I first started going on dates, I had a lot of anxiety because I always felt like I had to be impressive and I had to win my date over. I felt like I had to be funnier than I naturally was. I felt like I had to be more interesting and tell better stories. And deep down, I felt like I just couldn't be myself, which naturally made me feel really nervous because in my mind, I had to be my quote-unquote best self at all times. But when I realized I just had to share who I was, get her to reveal who she is, and determine if the relationship is a win-win, most of my pressure disappeared instantly. Sure, being funny and making them laugh helps, but it's not what drives connection, and it's not what makes someone want to see you again. So if you get nervous talking to women, I wouldn't even worry about being funny right now. I'd just focus on developing 3 core skills. First, learn how to drop your front and reveal who you really are to women you're interested in. Then, learn how to get women to share who they really are with you. And finally, learn how to screen for someone who would be a win-win relationship. By the way, we'll discuss what screening is in a moment, but in short, it's when you ask specific questions to figure out if they have the qualities you want in a partner. It's basically what an employee does when someone applies for a job. With that said, let's look at these 3 core skills in more depth so you know exactly what to talk about when you're in a conversation with someone you're attracted to. The first skill is dropping your front and sharing who you really are. Before I show you how to do that, there's one really important thing you need to understand. If you didn't already know this, you're a unique human being with your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own habits, and your own unique perspective and life experiences. You share who you really are by revealing all of this with the people that you meet. That way, they feel like they know you, and you feel seen and heard by them. But to be clear, this does not mean oversharing your entire life story in the first conversation. It just means that it's your job to reveal who you are when meeting someone new. For example, let's say she asks you, "What do you do for work?" A safe answer would be, "Oh, I'm a software engineer." But that's boring and doesn't reveal anything about you. A better answer would be something like, "I'm a software engineer, but honestly, I only do it because I love solving complex problems." Now she knows something about you. She knows you're curious. She knows you like solving problems. That's sharing who you are. The problem most guys have is they think sharing who they really are is risky. They think she'll judge them for having real opinions or real interests, so they stay safe. They give generic answers. They hide who they actually are. But here's the truth. She can't know who you really are unless you be real with her. And she's way more interested in the real you than the fake version you think she wants. The second skill is getting women to share who they really are with you. In the previous skill, I mentioned that you're a unique human being with your own thoughts, emotions, habits, perspectives, and life experiences. Well, if you didn't know, women are as well. And it's your job to get them to reveal their uniqueness to you. Most guys, including me for most of my 20s, are horrible at this, which is why they struggle so much in relationships. They either don't ask questions at all, or they ask surface-level questions and don't actually listen to the answers. They might ask something like, "So what do you do for work?" And when she says, "I'm a barista," they start talking to her about coffee or what cafe she works at. But that doesn't get her to reveal who she really is. Instead, you want to dig deeper and ask her a question that gets her to reveal something about who she is. So for example, if she tells you that she's a barista, you could ask her something like, "What made you get into that?" What's your favorite thing about making coffee? Or you could go even deeper and ask something like, is this what you want to be doing for the rest of your life? Can you see how these questions get her to reveal something about her thoughts, her emotions, and what it's like to be her? Good, because that's the foundation of this skill. The last thing I'll mention for this is please make sure you're not interrogating her. You have to be curious and ask questions that you actually want to know the answers to. So don't just ask questions because that's what you should do. Make sure you're looking at her and you're like, okay, what do I want to know about her? And then ask that question. Now, the final skill is screening for someone who would be a win-win relationship. To teach you this concept, I'll share with you a simple analogy. Imagine that there are 20 women in a nightclub. Each woman has a different color glow stick, and your job is to find the one with a light green glow stick. In this example, screening would be the process of you sorting through the women to find the one with the light green glow stick. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say you go to talk to the first person and you ask her what color she's got and she says red. That's not the color you're after, so you talk to the next person and she's got blue. You keep quote unquote sorting through the women until you find the one who's got the light green glow stick. So that's screening in a nutshell. You're sorting through people to find what you're looking for. Now, the way you do this in real life is you just implement the first two skills and then you just keep meeting people until you find someone who is a win-win relationship. If you meet someone and she doesn't have the qualities you want in a long-term partner, then don't start a relationship with her. Go talk to someone else. And if you meet someone who doesn't appreciate you or treat you how you want to be treated, then go find someone who will. It's really that simple. You figure out, does she have the qualities that I want in a long-term partner? And you find someone who appreciates you and treats you how you want to be treated. The problem most guys have is that they don't use the skills I've discussed in this video, and they settle for someone who isn't right for them, which is why the divorce rates are over 50% and most guys are stuck in horrible relationships. Please avoid this trap and use these skills to find the win-win relationship you deserve. Find someone who you feel deeply connected to and someone who treats you with love and respect. If you want my personal help with this and you want me to help you master your conversational skills and build real confidence around women you like, then join us in the Self-Mastery Academy. Inside, you get access to our 10+ hour course, bi-weekly Q&A calls, and daily support from me and the other guys in the community. You also get instant access to our conversation simulator so you can practice and master these skills from the comfort of your own home. Link in the description. Anyway, with all that said, I thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video, left a comment, and subscribed to my channel, so I can continue to bring you content like this in the future. Ciao.